signaling that there's we're doing this real time, guys. Real time.
The Art of Commerce is a podcast featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. Hosted by Anish, a data-obsessed creative director, and Jinx, a growth-obsessed CMO. Listen on for actionable insights for the modern marketer.
All right, after nearly breaking our camera,
Yeah, we almost broke it. So this is real field notes. Okay?
This is
this is the real deal. Okay.
All right, we are in Las Vegas at the Venetian.
That's right.
Why are we here, Jinx?
Why are we here? Because here for Adobe Summit 2026 edition. If you can see behind us, it basically, for those that don't know, it takes over the conference center at the Venetian, and it's massive. Tons of Adobe people, tons of clients, and then tons of vendors that work in the ecosystem. So we got to see some friends of ours that we've introduced on the pod.
Oh yeah.
Mario from Quantometric,
Yep.
Anoop from Gradial. So this has been fun.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Day one of, I think, one of the biggest conferences in the marketing technology
Certainly the
space.
biggest in Martech and,
Right?
and some of the ad tech stuff.
And
yeah.
I would say, Jinx, the future of what's going to happen in marketing this year, for years to come, gets revealed here.
That's right. That's right. I mean, in the past couple of years, they've talked about the Creative Suite and what they're doing with AI, and this year was no exception. I mean, they talked about everything they're going to do with AI and how you're going to see it roll out, and we actually got a treat because for those that don't know, Shantanu, the CEO of Adobe, is leaving. He's departing. He'll still be chairman, so it's his decision ostensibly. But he gave a presentation, which would probably be his last, we think. But also he interviewed Jensen,
that was
CEO
so
of
cool.
NVIDIA, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So what did you think about it? What were your takeaways? By the way, Anish was in the front row, so we're going to post a picture.
So I'm part of the Adobe Champion program,
There you go.
and this year they have about 200 to 220 champions.
Yeah.
But even within the champion program, they'll pick like 15 influencers. And I'm one of them.
Well, you're linked influencer. That's what it is.
LinkedIn influencer. And then as a part of that, they're putting us all the way up front there. We're gonna be on the keynote stage tomorrow
Oh
just
my
to click
God,
some
that's
pictures.
awesome.
We're gonna be meeting the host of Sneaks, Eliza Schlesinger. She's a
Really?
comedian.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
So it's a absolute influencer experience, and I'm having fun.
So and Anish is going to be posting all that content on his LinkedIn. I'll be resharing it. Awesome stuff. But anyway, got to give props to Anish because the reason he's a champion, all the great work you do at Sling with
Thank you,
personalization and all that stuff.
Hey.
We got to give you the props.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. First thing first.
Yeah.
Sounds like Agentic AI is finally here.
Yeah.
We saw a glimpse of it 2 years ago,
Right.
my first summit. We saw a glimpse of it again last year, maybe a little more fleshed out. This year it sounds like it's ready to go.
Yeah.
What's your take
No,
on it?
I think you're right. I think every year has been like a real stair step, right? The first, it was a lot of flash, right? Like you said, like cool, but how do we use it? Last year was, here's how you use it, but here's how it operates in a silo. This year what we saw was how agents actually connect the dots, with the software. So, again, the proof is going to be in the pudding. We're going to use it. We're going to see how it does.
We know that Agentic workflows
Well,
work.
True.
We use it.
We do. True. Well, the question is whether they're agentic workflows.
Exactly. And speaking of Agentic workflows, I had a weird takeaway from today's session.
Okay.
Adobe spoke about their Firefly. There was no mention of Gen Studio, by the way. That was very interesting. It's now all under Firefly.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're going to be giving access to a bunch of APIs like Runway, 11 Labs, like the leading models. Leading models, and along with including their own Firefly models. That's an interesting move.
That's right.
Which also tells me they're now going to be competing with the likes of Higgsfield, LTX. These are all new age AI aggregator companies.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, so, and you see it, they're basically playing off the fact that a lot of these tools are inexpensive, easy ways, low barrier of entry, so they're saying, how do we bundle them, essentially?
Smart.
Back to our telco roots, how do we create the triple play, the quadruple play, the whatever play of all these tools in one, so that you're going to use them, but use them via Adobe at a discount, right?
That's
so
good.
another way to create stickiness.
Or maybe make the subscription give you more in return, because the returns on a subscription were diminishing greatly.
Yes, bingo.
Yeah.
And that you hit it. Like again, now Adobe is playing the game that we've been playing for a while on subscription, which is how do you create stickiness, right? How do you reduce churn, right? If it's a SaaS model where I can cancel at any time, what are the things that I'm going to do to add value? And that's what this stuff is.
That's a very interesting parallel.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to talk to us about because you've done this before in your time at Sling.
Yes, absolutely.
When you're creating new bundles just to keep your customer engaged and give them more value.
That's right.
What's going on in your mind when you're making those decisions? What do you think is likely going on in their minds as they're doing the same thing?
Well, so again, if we're going to use our kind of thought process, first of all, we say, what do customers want? Like, what is the thing that we don't offer that's an ancillary product, right? And we talked about it a lot at Sling, for example. Like, we were this live TV, but we didn't, Netflix or these other things may be on demand, so you maybe want to partner with them, right? So that's one of those things. But then you got to look at the cost. So then you have to think about, okay, I'm going to be paying, right? Am I going to offer, and I'll get a discount because I have a scale of Adobe and I'll resell it. Are you going to take the discount and that's your stickiness factor? Is it a revenue driver? And so, but once you understand your ancillary products that work, once you understand, like, what are you pricing for revenue and profit, or are you pricing for stickiness? Once you understand that business case, then you know. And I think you see it, right? Like 11 Labs, like everyone uses 11 Labs, like across the board. Like even if you don't know, most people are using 11 Labs, whether you know it or not.
What is 11 Labs, Jinx?
So 11 Labs is a way to take written content and turn it into audio. So it's really great for voiceover. It's like if you're doing commercial production, it's really great for consistent voiceover, right? In the past, you might have to hire like
voiceover artists, maybe even someone from Fiverr.
Right, exactly, or someone famous, right? To have that consistency. Yeah. And now you don't really have to do that.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
So and 11 Labs does that. It does a lot of other things, but that's the main way it does.
So sounds like they're going to be combining the most in-demand platforms and giving them access to their users through Adobe. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think their moat is going to be now? Because you got Hicksfield, LTX, and all these other players in that creative space already.
I mean, the moat they have is the moat that they build, which is they are an enterprise software that has a lot of stickiness, right, with that. Like, it's a very hard switching cost. And that is the moat they're going to lean into. You know what I mean? The real question is, can some of these other smaller, agile companies break up the bundle, right? Like, think about it like the old cable ways, right? We had the bundle, we had the triple play, and then you saw streamers break up the TV part. You see these other companies disaggregating, right? So who's going to come in and disaggregate them? Their moat is that they have the full stack. And I always say it about Adobe, right? They're a Ferrari. But if you're going to own a Ferrari, you have to.
You're a staffer, you need a driver, you need an excellent pit crew.
You need a pit crew, you need the maintenance, and you need to know how to drive it.
That's true. And you cannot take it to the local mechanic on the street.
No, right. Don't go to Hyundai mechanic.
Implementation is where things are made.
So that's the question is, does everybody need to drive a Ferrari? And the answer is no. And so then the question is, who disintermediates?
That's true.
And so that's what we'll be watching. I mean, and it'll be really interesting. With Shantanu leaving, it's signaling that there's we're doing this real time, guys.
Real time.
It's signaling, with Shantanu leaving, it's signaling that there's a need for a change. Like today, right here at Summit, we all got alerts on our phone. Tim Cook is leaving Apple.
That's true.
Right.
Yes.
And why did they do that? They want to change. Now, the question is, if you read smarter people than us, they'll say, do they want a hardware guy to be their next guy? That's a different story. But the bottom line is, they're going from Tim Cook, to a younger, hardware-driven CEO. So we'll see where that nets. But Adobe hasn't named the successor yet, so that'll be real interesting.
They've got the brand legacy. They've got their enterprise grade operations, like security and safety.
Yeah.
And like you said, they've got their own data sets, learnings over the years of doing this.
Yeah.
That's going to be their true mode.
No, you're right. So okay, well, we got a lot more to do here, and it's only day one. So my question for you is, what was your biggest takeaway? And then second question for you is, what are you more excited about tomorrow? All right.
Biggest takeaway would be actually from the Shantanu and Jensen talk.
Yeah.
And we were texting, by the way.
We
were going back and forth. The thing that stood out.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Wait, he's got fans all around me.
That's what happens, That's what happens.
But the thing that stood out the most to me about was something that Jensen said about processes and tasks.
Yes.
Right?
I loved that line.
What was it?
So the line was, and we talk about this all the time because it was around AI and AI taking jobs and all the stuff we talk about in the pod, and he said it really crisply. I mean, no surprise, but he said it really crisply in a way that I love the articulation because we say people process, people processing technology. This is technology, tools, taste, timing, right? All these things. Right. He said it in a very easy way, which he said, you have to separate the purpose from the task.
Yes.
And he used the
radiologist
example, right? He said, and for any of our, we'll post the article, but there's a big study that said, hey, the radiologist won't exist anymore because AI will analyze all the scans. What actually happened is radiology is booming as an industry, and they're actually more productive because of the scans. And what his point was, is the task is reading the scans. The purpose is actually to diagnose a patient.
Correct.
Right? Correct. And AI is not diagnosed. Well, I mean, they try and then probably aren't right because they're missing something, right? But who knows in a couple of years. But all that to be said is, I thought it was such a great way, and we as marketers sometimes forget because we think our task is, writing the copy, or we think our task is creating a segment.
Or data analysis.
Yeah, but it's not. It's honestly doing the fun stuff, which is strategy. How do we connect with an audience? What does the customer want? How do we use insight to develop really great campaigns? How do we use insight to develop really great segmentation? Like, that's the fun stuff. All the I don't call it busy work, but all the other tasks that you can farm out to AI is the task. That's exactly what it is. So anyway, that was really, for me, powerful, and clearly for you.
Oh, heck yeah. I think one of the ways to really look at this would be, going forward, the most valuable worker is going to be the purpose worker who also knows tasks.
That's right.
Right?
They know their purpose.
That is the person who's going to evaluate agents, who's going to evaluate your AI output, and really make it sense for the business.
They know their purpose, and they know the most efficient way to get tasks done.
That's good.
And that's the real key. Yes. And I thought Jensen just nail on the head. Unbelievable. But so again, what are you most excited for tomorrow now?
The thing that I'm most excited for tomorrow is trying to understand, how do we go beyond personalization? I feel like personalization at scale is so 2025. The new buzzword and the real thing is journey orchestration.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Contextual messaging across platforms, contextual creatives across platforms, dynamic measurement, all of that good stuff, right? I want to see some case studies coming out of what people have been doing last year.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
awesome.
excited about.
Well, you'll be presenting your case study.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's do a wrap, okay?
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll have to keep grabbing the camera the whole time.
Right. Dude, this was exciting. This was awesome.
Is our first field notes together?
In the field. Right? Yeah, I love this. We should do more of these. What about you? What are you excited for going forward?
I'm excited about how the partner ecosystem's lighting up. Like, I was at Gradial, so we interviewed Anoop. I was at his demo with his CEO. I mean, just unbelievable what they're doing with AI and creating content. And honestly, what they showed here was their ability to, without a dam, really query content, which is unbelievable. It's like, it reminds me of when Gmail came out, right? You didn't need folders for your email. This is kind of similar.
You just can have as many emails.
Yeah, you just put it in your S3 bucket, and then you just boom, queries the content with AI. Unbelievable. So it's and Quantum Metric is doing amazing stuff on Mario's side with Felix AI. So I'm just really excited about the ecosystem and what partners are bringing to the table, because again, we talked about the Moat is being enterprise and having that stickiness.
And having distribution too. Let's not underestimate distribution.
Oh, of course. I mean, they're the best. I mean, we know. But the other thing about having a Moat is having a partner ecosystem that's important.
True.
Anyway, so I think we're excited, and we did this on day one. We'll try to check in the next couple of days while we do it. This is awesome.
This is awesome. Hey, Jinx, thanks for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next Field Notes episode. Yeah. This is Adobe Summit.
Field Notes, like, subscribe, send this to all your friends, the Art of Commerce podcast. I'm Jinx.
I'm Anish, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
This is the Art of Commerce, featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. If you found value in today's episode, follow the show, leave a review, and stay tuned for more insights for the minds reshaping modern marketing.